Hello friends, welcome back to Ace Wisdom. It's always awesome to have you here. So, let me ask you something. Have you ever wondered what really goes through someone's mind when you completely vanish from their life? I'm not talking about just pulling back a little. No, I mean disappearing like you never even existed. Why? Because let's be real, they've gotten far too comfortable with you always being there. They treat you like you'll stick around no matter what, don't they? Always on call, always an option. But here's the twist. What happens when you decide you've had enough? When you stop being their oxygen and take a step back? Pause here for a moment. Let me know in the comments. Have you ever felt like someone was taking you for granted? I want to hear your stories. You see, they think they've got you all figured out. They know you'll be there, no matter how much they push you aside. But here's the game changer. What if you don't stay? When you vanish, it's like pulling the rug out from under them. 1 minute they're in control, and the next, they're left scrambling, second-guessing, and wondering where they went wrong. And trust me, they feel it. How do they feel? Let's talk about it. When you disappear, it's not just about missing your presence. It's about realizing they've lost something they didn't even know they needed. Your absence becomes a wake-up call they never saw coming. Here's the truth. Your constant availability. It made you predictable. Your kindness, they took it for granted. Your energy, they assumed it would never stop flowing their way. But when you walk away, everything changes. Let me paint you a picture. You've been holding on to them, doing all the work, giving your time, energy, and attention. And what do you get in return? Silence, distraction, feeling like an afterthought. It hurts, doesn't it? But here's where you flip the script. Imagine this. You pull back. You stop texting, stop calling, stop bending over backward for someone who's barely noticed your efforts. One day they wake up and you're just gone. Suddenly they're not so confident anymore. They're scrambling to figure out what happened. And that's when it hits them, the weight of your absence. So, here's my challenge to you. Step away. Let them feel the cold reality of life without you. And when they start reaching out, trying to pull you back into their orbit, you'll know one thing for sure. You're the one who holds the power now. Drop the phrase "I accept the challenge" in the comments if you're ready to take control of your story. Let's reclaim that power together. This video isn't about revenge or playing games. It's about showing them and yourself your true worth. When you vanish, it's not just a game changer, it's a soul shaker. They'll feel it. They'll feel it in ways they never expected. And here's the kicker. The longer you stay away, the stronger the pull becomes. Because in your absence, you're no longer just there. You become the silence they can't ignore, the missing piece they crave, the mystery they can't solve. Before we dive into the 7 things they feel when you disappear, I want to hear from you. Have you ever experienced this? Have you ever walked away from someone who didn't see your value? Let's talk about it in the comments. Your story might just inspire someone else to take back their power. And if you're ready to flip the script in your own life, hit that like button and share this video with someone who needs to hear this. Together, let's spread the message of self-worth and reclaiming control over our lives. Stay with me, because this is just the beginning. Now, let's get into the 7 things they'll feel when you simply disappear. Believe me, it's going to shake them in ways they never expected. Ready? Let's dive in. Number 1. The urge to pursue you. All right, let's break it down. The urge to pursue you, this is the moment where the tables truly turn. When you vanish, it's not just silence you leave behind. It's a mirror that forces them to take a hard look at themselves. And after some deep self-reflection, something shifts. That initial confidence they had, thinking they'd be fine without you, that starts to crumble. Now they feel this pull. It's not just a passing thought. It's an undeniable, almost magnetic urge to reconnect with you. Imagine this. At first, they convince themselves they don't need you. They're fine. Life goes on, right? But as time passes, the cracks begin to show. They start to feel the emptiness where your energy used to be. The curiosity about what you're up to grows louder. They wrestle with their own shortcomings, replaying moments in their mind. Why didn't I appreciate them when I had the chance? What if I've really lost them for good? And that's when it happens. The urge to pursue you becomes their primary focus. Here's what that looks like. For someone new, this might mean they suddenly start liking your posts, dropping a comment here and there, or sending you a random message that's so coincidental it's laughable. They might even ask mutual friends about you, fishing for any hint of what you're doing. In an old relationship, this hits even harder. They're flooded with memories of all the times you went above and beyond to make things work. The thoughtful gestures, the deep conversations, the countless ways you showed you cared, all of it comes rushing back. And now, in your absence, they finally see it. But here's the irony. You've pulled away. You're no longer the one chasing. And guess what? Now they're the ones feeling out of control, scrambling to figure out how to fix what they broke. That certainty they had, the idea that you'd always be there, it's dissolved into fear and doubt. The roles have completely reversed. This is where you hold the power. You've already made the decision to step back. Now the choice is yours. Do you let them back in? Are they truly worth your time? This isn't about playing games. It's about standing in your worth. Let's make something clear. You are the prize, not the option. They're chasing because they finally see what you've always known, that you're worth pursuing. Here's an affirmation for you. I attract, I don't chase. Write it in the comments below and claim it. Let the world know that you've shifted the dynamic. Whether they come back or not is entirely up to you. Remember, this is about your power, your choices, and your worth. They feel the urge to pursue you now, but the real question is, are you ready to let them back in? You're in control. Always. Number 2. Emptiness. Let's dive into the second thing they feel when you disappear. Emptiness. When you've been a constant presence in someone's life, giving them your time, energy and attention, they get used to it. It becomes their normal. But when that presence is gone, suddenly there's a gaping void. Imagine this. They wake up one morning, check their phone, and there's nothing from you. No good morning text, no funny meme, no casual, "Hey, how's it going?" At first they might brush it off. They're just busy. I'll hear from them later. But as time goes on and the silence grows louder, the realization sets in. The space you once filled is now empty. Here's the thing about emptiness. It's not just about the absence of your words or actions. It's about the energy you brought into their life. Think about it. You've been their safe harbor, their cheerleader, their emotional support. Your presence wasn't just physical. It was a source of comfort, stability, and connection. And now that it's gone, They feel the weight of it everywhere. How do they react to this emptiness? They feel unsettled. That comfort they took for granted has vanished, leaving them questioning everything. They feel regret. They start replaying moments where they could have treated you better, given you more attention, or shown more appreciation. They feel lost. They don't know how to fill the space you once occupied. The worst part? They might try to distract themselves, keeping busy, jumping into something new, or pretending it doesn't bother them. But here's the truth. Emptiness isn't something you can ignore. Why does this matter? Because it's in this emptiness that they come face to face with what they've lost. Your absence becomes a mirror reflecting the parts of themselves they don't want to confront. And that's powerful. Here's a challenge for you. If you've ever felt like someone didn't value you, take a moment to appreciate the strength it takes to step back and create that space. Drop the word strength in the comments if you've ever had to make this tough choice. Because remember, you're not creating emptiness out of spite. You're creating it to protect your peace, reclaim your energy, and remind them, and yourself, that your presence isn't something to be taken for granted. So let them sit with the emptiness. Let it do its work. Because while they're feeling the void, you're over here, thriving in your own power. Stay with me. There's more to unpack. Let's move on to the next thing they feel when you disappear. It's only getting deeper from here. Number 3, overwhelming curiosity. When you disappear, one of the strongest emotions they'll feel is overwhelming curiosity. It's human nature. When something familiar suddenly goes missing, our minds spiral with questions. They'll begin to wonder, where did you go? What are you doing? Why did you leave? This curiosity isn't just casual, it's consuming. They'll replay conversations, analyze past interactions, and try to piece together what they missed. They'll think about the times you were there, always showing up, always dependable. Now, with your silence, they're left with a puzzle they can't solve. And the harder they try to ignore it, the louder their curiosity grows. Here's the kicker. It's not just about your physical absence. It's about the mystery your disappearance creates. People are naturally drawn to what they can't figure out. Suddenly, you're no longer predictable. You're no longer someone they can count on to be in the same place, doing the same things. This shift flips the power dynamic. They'll start stalking your social media, subtly liking old posts, or even asking mutual friends about you. They might even try to accidentally bump into you just to get a glimpse of what you're up to. This curiosity isn't just about wanting to know where you are. It's about the fear of missing out on your life and realizing they're no longer part of it. Curiosity leads to regret. As they dig deeper, they'll start questioning their actions. Why didn't I notice this coming? Why didn't I appreciate them when I had the chance? Each unanswered question feeds into a growing sense of loss. They begin to realize they didn't know you as well as they thought. And now they crave that connection they once took for granted. And here's where the irony kicks in. The more curious they get, the less they can control their thoughts about you. That curiosity snowballs into obsession. They're replaying memories, stalking every trace of you, and wishing they could fill in the blanks. But you've taken a step back, and now they're the ones left wondering. This is your power. By creating space and leaving things unsaid, you've become the mystery they can't solve. That curiosity is a reflection of their fear, that they've lost you forever. Remember, this isn't about manipulation. It's about standing in your value. You've decided to step away for your peace. and their curiosity is just proof that they've started to see what they're missing. So, let them wonder. Let their curiosity grow. Because in this new dynamic, you're no longer the one chasing answers. Stay tuned. There's even more to explore as we unravel the next thing they feel when you disappear. Number 4. Deep self-reflection. When your presence disappears from someone's life, the silence doesn't just create a void. It becomes a mirror. And in that mirror, they're forced to face themselves. This is when deep self-reflection begins. At first, they might deny it. They might brush off your absence, convincing themselves they're fine. But as the days pass and the emptiness lingers, they're left with nothing but their thoughts. That's when the internal questions start creeping in. What did I do to cause this? Could I have done something differently? Why didn't I appreciate them when they were here? This self-reflection is uncomfortable because it exposes the cracks in their behavior. The times they ignored you, the moments they took you for granted, and the ways they assumed you'd always be there. Reflection forces accountability. As they replay the past, they start connecting the dots. They'll realize how their actions, or lack of actions, pushed you away. Maybe they dismissed your efforts, failed to reciprocate your energy, or prioritized other things over you. Now, in your absence, they're forced to acknowledge those patterns. This isn't an easy process for them. It can feel like a harsh wake-up call, one that shakes their ego and shatters their confidence. They might even resist it at first, blaming external factors or trying to justify their behavior. But the truth is unavoidable. Your departure was a direct response to how they treated you. Here's where the real growth happens. Deep self-reflection often leads to personal growth. While some people may wallow in regret without changing, others use this moment as a turning point. They start to understand the depth of their mistakes and, in some cases, actively work to become better versions of themselves. This doesn't mean you owe them a second chance, though. Their reflection is their journey, not yours. What's important is that your decision to walk away has shifted the dynamic. You've shown them that your value isn't something they can overlook without consequences. You've created a powerful ripple effect. Your absence isn't just a statement, it's a lesson. It forces them to confront the ways they contributed to losing someone as valuable as you. And while they're reflecting, you're reclaiming your peace, your energy, and your power. Remember this. Deep self-reflection is their burden to carry, not yours to solve. You've taken the high road by stepping away, and now they're left to deal with the reality of their actions. Let's keep the momentum going. Stay with me as we explore the next thing they feel when you disappear. The shift only gets more intense from here. Number 6. A wave of regret. When someone realizes they've lost you, regret isn't far behind. This is the moment when the full weight of their actions, or lack of them, comes crashing down. They begin to replay every interaction, every opportunity they had to show you your worth, and every moment they let slip by. Regret is a painful emotion because it's tied to what can't be undone. They'll think about the times you reached out, the times you forgave them, and the countless ways you tried to make things work. Now, with your absence, they see all the chances they wasted. The sting of their mistakes cuts deep. This wave of regret isn't fleeting. It lingers. Every memory of you becomes bittersweet, a reminder of what they once had and what they've lost. They regret the dismissive words, the indifference, and the way they made you feel like an afterthought. Now they're left wishing they could turn back time, but it's too late. Here's where things shift. Regret is a powerful teacher. For some, it sparks genuine growth and reflection. They realize their behavior wasn't just hurtful, it was self-sabotaging. But for others, regret becomes a cycle. They might try to fill the void with distractions, but nothing quite compares to what they lost when they lost you. And while they're drowning in regret, you're thriving. Your decision to walk away wasn't easy, but it was necessary. You've chosen to prioritize your peace, and now they're the ones grappling with the consequences of their actions. Remember this: their regret isn't a reflection of your worth. It's a reflection of their failure to see it in time. You don't owe them another chance or the comfort of absolution. Let their regret be their lesson. Number 7. A craving for redemption. The last thing they feel when you disappear is a craving for redemption. After the regret settles in, they'll often feel a desperate need to make things right. This isn't just about easing their guilt. It's about proving to themselves and to you that they're capable of doing better. This craving might start small. They'll test the waters, sending a casual text or liking your posts. But as they see no response, their need to redeem themselves grows stronger. They'll want to explain, apologize, or promise they've changed. They crave the chance to prove that they can be the person you needed all along. But here's the thing: redemption isn't yours to grant. Whether or not they earn your forgiveness is entirely up to you, and only if you feel it's worth your time and energy. You've already moved forward. Their journey to redemption is theirs to navigate. This is your power. By stepping away, you've created a dynamic where they must reflect, regret, and rebuild. Redemption, if it happens, is something they have to work for, and even then it doesn't guarantee a place back in your life. The takeaway: redemption is their craving, not your responsibility. You've set the standard by valuing yourself, and now the choice is yours. Do you open the door slightly, or do you leave it firmly closed? Either way, you hold the control. Stay with me. There's more empowerment ahead as we continue to explore what it truly means to reclaim your worth and live life on your terms. Wow, friends, we've covered a lot today. Disappearing from someone's life isn't about playing games. It's about reclaiming your worth, setting boundaries, and letting them truly understand what they've lost. From the sting of rejection to the wave of regret and their craving for redemption, these emotions are a reflection of the value you brought into their life, a value they took for granted. Remember, this journey isn't about them, it's about you. You've made the bold decision to prioritize your peace and stand firm in your worth, and that is powerful. Whether they feel the pull to pursue you or spend sleepless nights reflecting on their mistakes, you're no longer playing by their rules. You're living life on your terms. So let me ask you, how does it feel to step back into your power? How does it feel to know that you are the prize, not the option? If you're ready to embrace this mindset, drop the phrase "I own my worth" in the comments below. And if you found value in this video, give it a thumbs up. It helps spread this message to others who need to hear it. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on content that inspires you to live your best, most empowered life. You've got this, Ace Wisdom family. Until next time, remember, your worth is not up for negotiation. Stay strong, stay grounded, and most importantly, stay you. See you in the next video. Stay with me. There's more empowerment ahead as we continue to explore what it truly means to reclaim your worth and live life on your terms.